Oh my God. Yeah. It's only 20,
Recording in progress.
only 23 more slides. Go fast. Oh. So we have a ticket queue. The ticket queue would be related to our categories and subcategories, possibly, but it also could relate. So that would be a group, but it also could relate to individual technicians. So we got a screen task here that what if we want to send a ticket, we can send it to an individual technician, or we can send it to a team as an unassigned queue. Now, as it says there, if we send it to a particular technician, that technician might not be available. And then, you know, what's going to happen to that ticket? If we think that might happen, we could send the ticket to as an unassigned ticket to the team, and then the team can assign it. So how they're going to assign it, you could have somebody that is dedicated to look at all the incoming tickets that are unassigned, and then they're going to choose it. Or you could have people take different types of tickets. So one person there is going to take all of the configuration of the server tickets, and another person's going to take all of the you know, hardware tickets. Could be something like that. Or it could be a shared pool, and you just take the next ticket that comes up. And as it says there, people are unavailable from time to time, and it's up to the team to manage that. And so they should have some way of doing that. Maybe they have some kind of a rota or something. So about escalations, what we do with escalations is they're usually going to be time-based. So we can set automatic things in the software that when a certain type of ticket is so many seconds or minutes old, then there's some kind of escalation that goes to it. And so the escalation can go to somebody in the management, or it can go to a particular engineer. The customer might ask for escalation. That in their idea, that means that they need to speak to a manager. But what we mean by escalation is we're just going to provide more resources to it. So you could be escalating it without talking to a manager. So escalation is not about bringing in more WASTA. It's about you know, what do we need to get this thing done, which may mean bringing in more WASTA, but not necessarily. Okay. So as it says there, we don't want to disrespect the customer. There's another video, and you should have a look at that. Get all the needed information from the customer in as respectful way as we can. There's a little note at the bottom of the slide that you might not like the customer. The customer might appear to be weird or just behaving in a not a great way. But that should never show up on the ticket. All right, so what it means here is, you know, we don't say, you know, such and such customer was blah, blah, and blah. You know, so it's kind of like, yeah, you get the idea. I mean, these tickets, they're going to be there. It's possible that the customer might access that at some point. And we definitely want to keep every record that we have about the customer objective and respectful. I don't know what that 348 is about. I think that might be a video that I'm not going to watch. Okay, so I have mentioned notification. Notification could be to the customer, and it could also be to a management. So we're going to notify when things change on the ticket. When the ticket's resolved, we're going to notify. When the ticket changes in any way, we're going to notify. When I say notify, we'll send an email or make a phone call to the customer or to our manager and let them know that something's changed. Also, there's going to be time-based notifications where we're going to notify them because, you know, it's been a day since we talked to you, and this is you could have a thing like that. Just at the end of the day, we touch base with them and let them know. As it says there, we could also be notifying technicians that a ticket that they were working on has been resolved or some changes are made to it. As it says there, notifications are going to go to the customer's spam email. That's possible. And so that's an argument for making the notifications to be as succinct, short, and as meaningful as possible, so that they don't, if they start reading notifications and it just seems to be a waffle, they're not going to read them. So there we go. So here's an example of a notification, blah, 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 has been closed. And you've probably received things like that from people. I mean, I get that from Arito. Sometimes you look at it and say, well, no, it's not closed because it didn't happen the way I wanted it to, right? In which case you might contact them again. And there's some other change in status sort of notification that could go with it. And so if the ticket has been closed, we're going to provide a lot of information about that. This is why it was closed. It was closed because we found this resolution. Here's some other notifications that we've got. Here's a request that's going out to the customer. So it's a notification requiring more action. Here's something to say what's happened to this. What did we do? So notice this here, we resolved this. So this one here, we're notifying you that we have actually resolved this. And this is exactly what we did. And this is a notification that is at the start of that process, which is just saying, okay, you have contacted us basically, and now we're starting to do something about it. This is not saying that it's finished like these are saying. This is saying that we've started. Some more notifications that we've got, examples. Here we got some, thank you, please not reply. So this is this is just saying that it's closed, and you can go here and see what's happened. So it could be that there's a lot of stuff there that we're just referring to that from somewhere else. This is another one just saying that we've started that, we've logged that means you've got a ticket, and here's the ticket number so that you can refer to it later. So we should notify them when we open the ticket as well. And so here we have a management system which has the incidents, each has a ticket number, and then all of that information as the progress goes towards a resolution, we're going to have associated with that ticket information is updated in the status. So we see there we have different, so as I said, unique ticket numbers for each of those, and then we have a priority assigned to each of those, and we have a justification of that. So what does it mean on call? I already mentioned this. On call, that would be you're not working right now, but you are. Usually they're going to pay you some money for that. I mean, so you could be at home, but on call means that you're going to receive a phone call and then you have to do something. Maybe you'll use an app on your phone and do something, or maybe you'll have to go to a customer site and work on something. But that's what on call would be. And I think we're getting close to the end here. Good, because I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know if you noticed that I slowed down a bit. I'm trying not to, but it is getting long. And so if I'm tired, you must be really tired. Are we okay to continue? Yeah, it's okay to continue. There's only a few more slides. Okay, so resolution comments, they should be just like everything else in the ticket, should be short and concise. What did we do? But why is it important? You need to put something in there. What did we actually do to solve this ticket? Because we've recorded that we had the incident. The way that we solved the incident, that's really important information for what we do in the future. So if we have similar incidents, we know how to do them because this is what we did last time. So that's really important in the resolution conflict. And as it says there, if the customer comes back in a couple of days, we've actually got a record of what it is that we did to try and resolve their we don't say it's done. This slide is just about the fact that that's not the way we close a ticket. We don't say, okay, the ticket's closed, it's done. We don't say that. What we say is, this is what we did. We did this and we did that. These are the things that we did to close that ticket. It's got to be a bit more than just saying that it's done. So for example, we could say we removed these viruses. and we applied this new software and we changed these configurations. Those things should be noted down in the resolution, not just that we closed the ticket. And so here's some examples of that. We tested the hard drive, it failed the test. We replaced the hard drive, we reconfigured the new hard drive, that kind of thing. And so resolution comments, I think I've already answered that question here, which is why is it important? Why is it important to give those comments? So that in the future, we can resolve the same kind of ticket. And we have a way of doing that. So it could be that we need to get the customer to agree that the ticket is closed. And so we might think that the ticket is closed. There might be situations where we need to actually get a confirmation from the customer that they agree or that they're happy with the resolution. On other times, we'll just close it because it's a kind of a standard ticket and we've done what we said we would do, and so we close it. But on sometimes we might have to wait because we want to just confirm that that's going to be. Because a closed ticket, that means that we're not going to apply anything to it. Okay. Known issue. So that could be like a bug in the software, like a Microsoft bug. That would be a known issue that we would have a record of that. And so when these things come up, we can just sort of make that point. But that's a known issue that is not sort of within the realm of an incident. It's not a standard incident. We don't have the needed resources to do that, to fix it. As it says, maybe we don't have the licenses. Maybe it's a problem that only Microsoft can fix. And so that would be a ticket like that. I mentioned a canceled ticket. Maybe we made the ticket twice, or maybe the customer changed their mind. We opened a ticket and we don't want to proceed with it, we would cancel it. Maybe the customer doesn't answer us when we try to contact them. So the customer opened a ticket and we then go to their place or we call them and they don't answer. Well, we need to contact them about that. And so maybe we have a standard email approach to that, which is like, you know, we tried to contact you at such and such a time. We sent our technicians there, nobody was there. And so what are we going to do about it? As I said, all these things here, I think those are videos. You can look at those in your own leisure. I don't show videos during my lecture. You can do that yourself. All right, so here's the thing about the customer. We tried to reach you, and this was the issue that you mentioned. You know, we are going to need to contact you. You know, just basically in a respectful way. And look at that. That's what you wanted to see. So we finished the lecture. And it was supposed to take like 2 or 3 lessons.